a beginning. Everything in life has one. And the same is true of the athletic program at Asbury College. And in this case, the vision started with one man.
Coach Zweifel is one of those guys that, or one of those people that in my mind I see him as an Asburian, even though he didn't go to school here.
I can't even say Cecil Zweifel, it's Coach Zweifel to me, out of respect or reverence in an appropriate way.
Well, I came to Asbury in the fall of 1957 to teach health and physical education. The very next year I was asked to be chairman of the division and to develop the program.
I started coaching class ball the second year I was here. In other words, I started coaching in the fall of '66. Though I enjoyed the class ball to some extent, it wasn't intercollegiate.
Well, I think Winston and I were drinking coffee one day and we're talking about how can we get intercollegiate athletics started at Asbury College, and we both felt that basketball would be the best place to start.
When Asbury basketball, you know, a lot of people are saying, well, it first hit the scene in the 90s, but of course we know that's not accurate, because if we hadn't had what we had, the foundation back in '69 and '70 and '71, who knows, you know, when we would have had it here.
And so a tournament became more than just about basketball. By Coach Zweifel's invitation, 4 teams would gather and compete on Asbury's campus. What is now Doldridge Holland Theater would be the vessel to house what would be a public view of Asbury's potential.
It was the Thanksgiving tournament, the turkey tournament. All the students, I remembered even as a 9th grader, I was always up on campus.
My reputation was that they were going to get worked hard for 2 weeks, real hard, just as though we were in the middle of a 25-game season.
Dad was hard-nosed, but he loved the guys, and they knew that. Some of them called him the Bear because he was tough.
To play in that first tournament was an incredible experience. A great deal of excitement about doing something, because it was more than just simply playing a tournament and playing in a big game. You realized that there was almost a sense of destiny that was happening there.
The setting was just ideal. It was packed. The balcony was full. Coach Zweifel had gotten stands from Board of Education in Fayette County and put them up on the stage. And people were standing in the corners, up by the stage, upstairs as well as down in the entryways.
We had about 1,300 people in that gymnasium, when actually the seating capacity was 850 in the bleachers.
So lots of emotion, full gym, Trevecca scoring 100 points a game. I was scared.
My guess would have been, had the coach told us that we were going to play All-Stars, intramural All-Stars, come to Asbury and do that, we probably would have grumbled a little bit about that and talked to him more about it.
There was a great deal of confidence that I think that we had going into that game, and just the anticipation of getting started was intense.
You couldn't hear the whistle. It was so loud. You couldn't hear the buzzer. The crowd was so loud. They were lined up out the stairs and down in front of the CPO, and people are just yelling out, you know, Asbury by 3 or whatever the case may be.
And the final score was 92-54. A pretty significant blowout.
But it was the sense of fulfillment that it answered the questions. Yes, we were, as a school, able to compete with other colleges. There was a lot of school pride that went into that.
They just stormed the floor. I mean, they picked up the players. It was just so exciting, and it was a win not just for those 12 guys on the team. It was really a win for Asbury College intercollegiate athletics, and certainly basketball.
And so we knew that there was a lot of pressure, that not only did we have to play well to be able to compete, but that somehow we wanted to be a real Christian witness, and that God would be exalted through that experience.
Unfortunately, the following years did not yield intercollegiate basketball until in 1992.
Somebody just made a motion that they approved, it was time to approve basketball, and somebody seconded it, and the board just voted to do it.
10 years later, Coach Zweifel would be the first inductee of the Asbury College Athletics Hall of Fame for his unlimited service.
Intercollegiate athletics at Asbury would have not only started, at least within those decades, if it weren't for the kind of loving witness that he had and just the kind of relationship that he had with every one of the players.
And I can't add much to that other than what I said. Cecil, you're the granddaddy of this whole thing.